What's going on, guys? I'm Matt the Misfit, and today I'm joined by a good friend of mine. It's Connor from OkayFabe. Say what's up, Connor.
What's up, Connor?
So today we're going to be doing, I guess we're doing NXT TakeOver Chicago 2, which I believe Mauro has only said that one time. As far as
it's weird. They never actually called it Chicago 2, and they're not even saying like Chicago 2018. It's just NXT TakeOver Chicago again.
I mean, Brooklyn. What are they going to call it? Brooklyn 4? Brooklyn 4?
I'm assuming so. Why? I mean, they're gonna do Brooklyn 4 and 5. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn's turning into the Rocky series.
Yeah. Anyways, and then we're going to do. I guess we're going to do Money in the Bank afterwards. But first, let's get to NXT TakeOver Chicago. What match you want to start off with first?
I guess Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream's a good one to kick off with.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one. I you know what? It's weird because when he first did when he did the Aleister Black match, I wasn't like, I wasn't like too much into him, but then like the feud with him and Aleister Black got me hooked with him, with Velveteen Dream.
I think that's the same with everybody. I think everybody was like a little iffy on the character because it was such a sudden turn off. Obviously, Patrick is such a, rememberable character from Tough Enough, so to see him doing this is just very different. But that I think obviously that was the big like turning point for him in terms of a feud, because I don't think he didn't have a match at Philadelphia, right?
No, he did. He took on Cassius Ohno.
Oh, that's right. I was trying to remember. Like, I couldn't remember if he had a match at Philadelia or not. So
yeah, I think that was in between. What match was that? That came out after that one.
I don't know. It
was in between the Authors of Pain and not AOP, Undisputed Era, and the women's match with Ember Moon and Shayna Baszler.
There you go.
Yeah. So I guess that was a little, breather. I guess,
if you want to call it that.
Yeah. But Ricochet and Velveteen Dream. My God, fucking Velveteen. I hope to God they steal the show. But then again, you got Gargano and Ciampa, so I don't know. Any match on this card could steal the show, or the whole weekend.
I said this on my predictions that, rarely, when it comes to takeovers, it's not that there's a bad one, but there's very rare where like, there's about like, usually out of the matches, there's like 3 out of 5 I'm really interested in. Like not the entire card. I mean, granted, it's only 5 takeovers, only 5 matches, so it's easy to have like, retain my attention span. But I'm looking forward to all 5 of these. But I think that everyone is pointing to these two to steal the show for obvious reasons. I think Ricochet kind of opened a lot of people's eyes who didn't know much about him in New Orleans. And Dream's been killing it pretty much since, like you said, the Aleister Black feud. So I think that
the Aleister Black feud made him a superstar.
Yeah, no doubt. So and he's getting a lot of backstage praise from what I'm hearing. So this is I can't say confidently this is the match to beat, but I mean they certainly have a lot of eyes on them going into tomorrow. I mean
something. One of these matches is going to have to like follow what Omega and Okada did. I mean, people are already calling that match of the freaking decade.
Well, that's the tricky thing, and not to go off on a tangent here, but like it's tricky with how do I put this? Japan has, I think, less restrictions. Mm-hmm. Not that like you couldn't get a good match from NXT. Meltzer gave Gargano and Ciampa, which, and rightfully so, gave them 5 stars. And NXT has the ability to produce that, but in terms of like, I think part of the reason that Okada and Omega do so well is because not that they don't have great in-ring ability, not that they're great wrestlers, the huge stage, but I think part of it is because they are part of New Japan. They're outside the WWE bubble, and they're kind of creating this big mega buzz. Like, you have to see this shit. And we really haven't seen that in the last, like, I'd say like 5 years or so in terms of like major matches outside wrestling promotions that are getting a bigger buzz than WWE, or like an equal buzz to like WWE stuff, if that makes sense.
I'm saying, like, if there is a show that can come close to what Dominion was, it's probably NXT TakeOver.
Right.
Because,
No. I think you're on the right vein of that, but I don't know who's going to win this one between these two.
Ooh, well, neither one of them can lose. That's the thing with this one. I mean, if Velveteen Dream loses, does that hurt him?
No, I think no matter who loses, this is not going to hurt either one of them, because and this is kind of like a how do I put this? I'm trying to think of the right way to phrase this. They not to sound into the hype of this, but like they're going to put on such a good match, it doesn't matter who wins or loses, really. I think that both of them are so over that no matter who wins and who loses, it really, at the end of the day, doesn't matter. And I think that's a lot to me anyway, a lot of these other matches. But
I mean, because I don't know if you watched my my New Orleans predictions video, I actually had picked Velveteen Dream to win, and then those two feud over the North American Championship. So I'm half right on that.
But better than my predictions, that's for sure.
But what's great about this is it's kind of similar to the Aleister Black thing. Is with Aleister Black, all he wanted was Black to say his name, right?
Right.
So in this one, it's kind of a similar premise that if what you can do, the Dream can do better. So
right.
It's just so simple to storytelling that apparently the main roster don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Hey, I've been saying that for years. Give me simplistic, easy to follow stories, and you'll have a bigger audience. But
I mean, some of these matches,
what the hell do I know? You know.
I mean, some of these like the Gargano. Well, we'll get into that Gargano and Ciampa thing. That's a simple story to tell. I mean, former best friends. I mean, it's better than what Nia Jax was doing with Alexa Bliss. I'll tell you that.
True.
But my pick. Oh my lord.
It's literally for me flipping a coin. So
I'm gonna go with Ricochet on this one.
I'm gonna go with Velveteen Dream.
Ooh.
The reason being, and again, it's very, very tough. I'm just going to be completely like transparent here. And if you saw the predictions I already did, it's pretty much the same thing I said there, which was it's very tough to call this one because they're just starting this whole feud out. But I see these two going long term.
Yeah.
And I think that it makes sense for Dream to be the guy who can easily push the buttons, because Dream didn't, neither Dream nor Ricochet won the last TakeOver, so it's hard to argue either one. I think Ricochet can get himself over pretty easy, and I think Ricochet can afford the loss a little bit more. And I think that there's going to be, if they're going to make this long term, which is I'm hoping they're going to, because I think these two are going to tear it up just like you said, and then do a rematch at Brooklyn 4, that it would make more sense for Ricochet to chase the Dream and chase after him for the revenge, basically.
I mean, do you think they'll stretch this out towards War Games 2? Assuming they're doing War Games 2?
If it was me, I would, but I would put them in the War Games match.
Ooh. So, well, see, here's the thing. Well, we'll get that when we get to the NXT Tag Team title match. Let's go to another singles match. Well, actually, no, let's go to the NXT Tag Team match. That's why I brought that up. The Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roger Strong taking on Oney, Lorcan, and Danny Burch. These two are growing on me.
Dude, I'm telling you, obviously I'm a huge fan of Oney Lorcan because he's a local Boston guy, just like, from where I am, and I've seen him as Biff Busick up here in New England. So of course I'm going to instantly root for him. That's a no-brainer.
That's who Joe was talking about, Biff Busick.
Right. So, well, me and Joe know, because it's great to see, like, New England's such a hotbed for so many talent, and so when you see them like get called up like that, it's just like, holy crap, I know that like it's great to see their success, and that's always been my philosophy in terms of like, hey, be happy and proud of people's accomplishments, successes, and push them on through life. But the two of them feuding was fun, Burch and Lorcan, and then when they teamed together, I was like, Jesus Christ, yes, let's do this, let's get a stick, because there really hasn't been a tag team like them in the tag team division in NXT in terms of like this just stiff British, like just like strong, like just stiff brutes, gimmick needed, and they just go out there and kick ass.
I mean, the closest one I can think of before that was the Revival, but you know how they are now.
Yeah,
so.
No, it's a similar vein, but I mean, we haven't seen anything like them, and I'll argue and say at least since the Revival. So to have them in the midst of like the Undisputed Era, the Authors of Pain, Street Profits, SAnitY back in the time. it's nice to get some diversity. That's one thing I liked about them, is that they didn't really need a gimmick.
Didn't they go up against SAnitY in the Dusty Rhodes?
I'm sure they did, but the point is that I'm glad that they stood out differently a little bit.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Pete Dunne, my fucking god, from this week. That was a fantastic match.
I didn't get a chance to do my NXT review, but I did get to watch NXT, and like, holy shit.
Wow, that was a fantastic match. Shit.
Yeah, NXT seems to do that on a weekly basis.
Yeah, it's like either there's like one great match and there's just like some good matches every now and then, but then like the main match, like, what was the main event last? No, actually the main event last week was what, Kairi Sane and Lacey Evans, was that last week?
Yes, I believe so.
Which was an okay match. I mean, we know where Kairi Sane's going after this, but
right.
But so, this one's easy actually to predict. I mean, Oney, Lorcan, and Danny Burch are going to put on a great showing, but the Undisputed Era are like red hot right now. So I think they're going to save them for the War Raiders. I think that's what they're going to do with that one. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't see them any. As much as I love the teaming of Oney, Lorcan, and Danny Burch together, and I love that they're getting a tag team title opportunity. There's no logical reason to get the belts off them. I think you're right. I think they're just going to leapfrog them over to save them for maybe not War Raiders, but like eventually, I think War Raiders will be the one that take the belts. I think they're going to do a babyface turn or something with them. But no, I don't see any. I don't see any reason for them to take the straps off them yet. Not right now.
I brought this up earlier with I guess the Undisputed Era thing. So for War Games, actually, you said you thought about putting Dreamin' and Ricochet in War Games, right?
Yes.
Well, I thought about this, and I'm like, I'd keep the Undisputed Era and British Strong Style thing going, but I wouldn't use Lorcan and Burch. I would actually do the Undisputed Era versus Mustache Mountain inside War Games.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
And then you would add Wolfgang in there as your fourth man.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, wow. just the thought about that. Oh, my God. I'm pretty sure Triple H is going to take that idea, by the way. Go ahead, Triple H. Take it. But, yeah, this is going to be a good match. Probably. Which match do you think is going to open the show? I think it would be this one.
If it's not this one, it's Ricochet Dream.
Yeah. Well, that's one way to start off a freaking hot Chicago crowd.
They do that all the time. You always start off with your hot match to like burn them out,
Yeah. So that's there. We got so that was good. Then we got a match. I'm actually curious to see I saw your take on it, but Shayna Baszler and Nikki Cross. You know how I love Nikki Cross. She's like one of my favorites. Yes. But she's not winning. Let's be real out. I've been saying this for like months. People are asking, why is Nikki Cross not been called up? This is the reason why she's not been called up. Shayna Baszler needed an opponent for Chicago, and that's why she's there. So I'm telling you right now, if when she loses, she's going to SmackDown with SAnitY.
No, obviously, I think that them, I figured that when they kept her in NXT, they weren't going to change her gimmick, and they weren't going to change the SAnitY gimmick. So, I mean, ta-da on that one. I think, there's the thing with me was that this was so out of left field, because you saw them going with like Dakota Kai, and then left turn. I mean, I kind of saw that when they did with the panning of Nikki Cross during that one segment. Yeah, but still, it just like they put so much emphasis and focus. It just seems like, hey, I'm a crazy bitch. Blah, blah. Not that I'm complaining, but it just seemed out of nowhere. That being said, I'm curious how these two are going to work in the ring, because Nikki is very wild. She doesn't really have like a set style in terms of her in-ring ability, and Baszler is still like somewhat fresh.
Well, I mean,
so it's going to be interesting to see how they clash in the ring.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, half of the best women's matches that came out of NXT during the last year all came from Nikki Cross.
Right. I'm not disagreeing with that.
I mean, in my opinion, I think the best women's match of all of 2016 last year was her and Asuka in that last women's standing match. And apparently Killian Dane agrees with that one too. So, but I think Nikki Cross is I guess you would call a seasoned veteran at this point. I think she learned a thing or two from Nikki Cross. I mean, but my question is, do you think that this is her swan song in NXT? Because I do.
It could be. That's a tough one. That's a real tough one to say.
I would use her as a surprise, if you will. I mean, because I'll bring up the SAnitY thing later, because it's a crazy idea with that whole thing. But Nikki Cross is going to be a great match with Shayna. I hope so, at least.
It's just tough for me to say if they're going to call her up so soon, all of us in that regard. So just because there's a bunch of different ways you can go about it, and I don't know, that's a tough one to call.
I mean, because what would she do after this, though? I mean, like, if she loses, where else would she be on the card? Because
use her to build up the rest of the women's division.
Do they really need her down there, though?
I mean, he kept Asuka there for a year.
Well, that was because it was Asuka.
I'm just saying. I know you're comparing apples to oranges in some aspects, but still, just you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like she's still ready for the main roster, though. Like, I'm not
doubting that she's not. I'm not saying that that's not the case. I'm just saying I think NXT might need her more.
I mean, well, depending on where, no one knows where the hell SAnitY's at right now, anyway. But
no kidding.
But yeah, Shayna Baszler, hopefully, she will learn a thing or two from Nikki Cross, and then after this, Shayna Baszler can go on to what I'm pretty sure everyone is predicting, Kairi Sane at a TakeOver. What is it, Brooklyn? Yeah. But then I thought about a really cool idea. They're bringing in Io Shirai. You've heard of her, right?
Yes.
Okay, so have you seen her matches in Stardom?
A couple of them.
Have you seen her matches with Kairi Sane?
No.
Oh my God, they're some of the best matches ever. I think.
Unfortunately, it's hard for me to, it's tricky because, and I'm gonna let you in the behind the scenes thing on some stuff I got going on, but it's a lot of people want me to and trust me, I want to review Impact, I want to review Ring of Honor, I want to review New Japan, I want to review Lucha Underground. There's so much stuff I'd love to cover, but I just don't have the time. I watch at least an hour's worth of wrestling every day, between the stuff that's on TV now and also stuff for Patreon, because I do Nitro reviews. I do
I need to start watching your Nitro reviews, by the way.
Dude, I'm telling you, going back and watching the Nitro episodes, it's really interesting, especially because I'm not too well familiar with WCW as much as I'd like to be. Like, I know the general history, but like getting into the nitty gritty of stuff, man, some shit's interesting. Like, some of it is horrifically bad, but some of it is amazingly
like the Dungeon of Doom?
which is what the focus is right now. Yeah. But like, I'll give you an example. They're doing like a Savage, we're doing the Savage Luger rivalry right now. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Yeah. The point is, I watch a lot of wrestling already as it is, and I just recently came across a pretty career-changing, as far as like this stuff goes, the YouTube stuff, career-changing opportunity. And I can't say what it is publicly yet, but because of that, I've had to kind of like reassess and reevaluate everything. And shit's gonna change because I'm gonna put a lot of focus into this new opportunity. So it's hard for me to watch and sit down all these different promotions, but believe me, I'd love to.
Well, since I brought up the Shirai thing, I think, which would be a great way to bring her in, is you'd have Kairi, because I think after Brooklyn is when they're actually going to bring, because I don't think Baszler's staying in NXT that much longer. I think they're going to bring up Baszler to do whatever they want to do with her and Shayna and Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. Yep. So picture this. Sane is celebrating her title win in Brooklyn, right? You have Shirai come in as a heel and ruin her celebration, and then you start the feud between her and Shirai for TakeOver War Games. Think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, her matches with Kairi Sane in Stardom were, ooh. But that's how I would probably not what they're going to do, but and plus you got a Mae Young Classic coming up, so who knows? I don't think Shirai is going to be at Chicago. Maybe, I mean, because her last Stardom match is on Sunday, but I don't know if she's going to probably not be in Chicago. What do you think?
I don't think she's gonna be in Chicago. Well, I don't know. That's a tough one. That is a tough one.
I mean, she's most likely going to be in the Mae Young Classic because she was supposed to be in it in it last year, but injury, I guess, neck injury or something caused that to not happen. But so there you go. Shayna Baszler retains. How do you think she's going to retain though if Nikki Cross isn't getting called up to the main roster?
If she's not, she's going to choke her out and she's going to pass out. I've always been a fan of that finish. I've always been a fan of the pass out finish, not the tapping out, because it shows toughness. Mm-hmm. You know, Bret Hart did it to Stone Cold back at WrestleMania 13, and it's just it's a way to preserve a babyface. It's a way to have a babyface lose while preserving their fortitude, their strength. So I've always been a fan of that finish.
Yeah, same. I've same where there with passing out and all that stuff. So now we got the two huge matches. Well, depending on which way you look on the NXT Championship,
right?
Aleister Black and Lars Sullivan, which this one actually came out left field. Which I'm not against. Here's where this is crazy, because if you notice some of these matches outside of Ciampa and Gargano and Ricochet and Velveteen Dream, most of these matches would have been rematches from New Orleans. Had some of these got Undisputed Era and SAnitY would still have, they haven't had their rematch, so that would have been their rematch. You know, then you'd have what the hell is his name? Almost versus Black and Ember Moon and Baszler.
Yeah, there was the call-ups really kind of screwed up a lot of in NXT, and I shouldn't say screwed up. It left a lot of voids, and how do I phrase this the right way? If you watched, which I know you do, if you watch NXT Weekly, you'll notice that and I've said this in my reviews, that the first, let's see, we had New Orleans was beginning of April, so we're now in the middle of June, so we're looking at a month and a half, right? A month, actually, a month and a half, right? Well, actually more like 2.5 months, really, if you count April. But anyway, point being is that the first 4 weeks of NXT was on weekly television, maybe even a little bit after, was cleanup from New Orleans. It was still wrapping things up. It was still doing a couple of other things here and there. SAnitY send off.
Yeah. With a great match with Aleister Black from Eric Young.
Yep, Almas's send off. There was a lot of things that were wrapping up from New Orleans, and so you couldn't really start anything new. And I feel like, and that's not a bad thing. It's the way that the cards were dealt with them with so many NXT call-ups at the same time. So. And Gargano and Ciampa was such a huge hot rivalry. Of course they're going to do. I knew when they were going to announce the first one, they're going to do a rematch. There's no, they'd be stupid not to.
It's technically Gargano and Ciampa 3, but no one's I don't know if anyone's counting the great match. Yeah.
Yeah, no one's going to count that.
Question: were they already a team when they did that, or was that after the fact?
That was after the fact.
Okay, because I'm like, they sound like they've been a team for a while.
Wait, you mean the Cruiserweight Classic?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they weren't a team at that point. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right.
They became a team later.
I just making sure.
Right. No. So I think because they had so much focus on that the NXT Championship did fall from the wayside, and they kind of needed to scramble around. So in my opinion, and this is why I'm picking another, reason to pick Aleister Black to keep the championship, is because, as with a couple of these, I expect this to carry over to Brooklyn 4. I'm really looking forward to this, by the way.
I see. I get you with Aleister Black retaining, but I don't think Lars Sullivan's getting another shot.
I disagree, especially with the way that Lars Sullivan caught the Fade to Black.
I know, but I thought about something, and it bleeds into Ciampa and Gargano, I mean, I might as well talk about it now that we can talk about it. I think Ciampa. Obviously, Ciampa needs to win this one. It would be stupid not to have him win it. Mm-hmm. I think if you wanna stick it to Gargano even more, have Ciampa go after the NXT Championship and have him win before Gargano does.
I mean, I thought about that too, which wouldn't be bad.
Plus, who wouldn't want to see Aleister Black and Ciampa go at it?
But I mean, I would definitely love to see that because realistically, what else can you do to have Ciampa, go from there? Because really, at the end of the day, he's going to come out the sore loser out of the rivalry, and I think he's going to win at Chicago. But I have a crazy, again, we might as well talk about it now. I have a crazy prediction when it comes to that match too, and I think you probably already heard it.
I think so.
EC3.
Ooh. Oh wait, are we talking about Gargano?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, but here's the thing. Where's Ciampa fit in all this?
Well, if Ciampa if EC3, I think EC3 is either going to interfere or attack Gargano after the match.
Are you saying are you talking about if Ciampa went after Black for the title?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm still talking about Chicago. Sorry. No. I think that Ciampa's going to win against Gargano, and I think that it'll be because of EC3 in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
I think that with Ciampa, I think you're right that I think he needs to go after the NXT Championship unless he can find some other hot shot to feud with, which realistically, I can't think of any off the only.
Unless he goes after Pete Dunne, I mean, but Pete Dunne's busy with the Undisputed Era, so
that would be fun.
Ooh, why do I get these really? Oh man, now makes me want to see
down,
that.
Man, write it down.
Or no Velveteen Dream. I was going to say Ricochet next, but then Velveteen Dream, and then we're going to continue. So, shit. I mean, but then again, because after Brooklyn, I've already seen some of the people who might get called up. Black is going to get called up, and and Baszler. Those are the only ones I can actually see. Well, Pete Dunne's another one, but who knows, right?
Who knows? I don't think Pete Dunne's getting called up.
But you think Aleister Black and Shayna Baszler are getting called up after SummerSlam?
I don't know yet. Ask me that again when we head to the card for Brooklyn. Once we have the Brooklyn card, I'll have a better idea.
Yeah. So, are we going both with Ciampa on this one?
Yeah.
And we're both going with Aleister Black on the NXT title match.
Yes.
All right. Which match is closing the show? NXT title or Ciampa and Gargano 2?
Ciampa Gargano 2.
Really? A lot of people.
It's superseded the title at this point.
I mean, yeah, good point. And a lot of people are probably saying Lars is a little bit too early to start main eventing pay-per-views.
I mean, I'm not certainly complaining.
I mean, I'm not like the biggest fan of Lars Sullivan, but I can see why other people like him, if that makes sense.
No, I do.
I mean, because when they announced like the 2K18 thing, him in the because everybody's like, wait a minute, Lars Sullivan over Andrade Cien Almas?
Right, yeah.
I mean, people are going to flip their shit if Aleister Black was in DLC. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, anyway, that's all topic for that one. But, yeah, so there's who we got? Undisputed Era.
Basically all titles are retaining. We disagree on Ricochet, Velveteen Dream, but we both agree on Ciampa winning.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if I was wrong on the Ricochet match. Either way, we're gonna win.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way I see it.
Same thing with Ciampa and Gargano. Will there be blood though in the Ciampa Gargano match? I hope so. Probably not, but I hope.
Well, they're not gonna do it purposely. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, the duo was it maybe. Now we get to a pay-per-view that probably no one's really interested in. Money in the Bank. Oh my God, not 7 hours. Jesus Christ!
It will feel like it.
Yeah.
It will feel like it.
Every pay-per-view now is going to be going 4 hours. Oh my God! I see why they do. Well, wait a minute. Now hold on. When they did the Kroll branded pay-per-views in the first brand split, they didn't do 4 hours. What the fuck?
No, they did not.
What the hell? That makes no sense.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. Anyway, and since it's on the pre-show, I guess it's still on the pre-show. The Bludgeon Brothers versus the Club for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles.
Bludgeon Brothers.
There's no way. See, originally people had thought SAnitY were going to get involved in this match and then they changed it to the pre-show. But then I have a better idea for that one later. And you'll probably figure out where we're going. So Bludgeon Brothers. I hope it'll probably be a pretty good match. I mean, both teams are good. Even though we haven't seen them in like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It'll be like SAnitY. Where are they at? Anyways, so the match I think may open the show is Seth Rollins and Elias for the Intercontinental Championship, which I'm super excited for. I mean, I would open that with that. How would you open up with Elias starting a concert for Chicago and then shitting on CM Punk immediately after that?
Yeah, right.
Because he did that in Chicago the last time they were in Chicago, I believe. I'm looking forward to this. Elias is actually best, like, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Placeholder, I guess, for an opponent, if that makes sense. For Seth Rollins until he either... I still think we're getting Dean Ambrose in SummerSlam, but who knows. Seth Rollins is winning. It's going to be a great match, hopefully, but Seth Rollins is winning.
I am going to make a bold statement and disagree.
Ooh, I like this.
I think Elias is going to win. It's
You're walking with Elias, I believe.
I don't think he's going to have the belt for long.
No.
I think Elias could shake things up a little bit though, and
I mean, I can't imagine him, with the title and doing and making songs about it. That'd be great, actually. I mean, I'm still going with Seth Rollins. I mean, because I still think, from my understanding and from what I'm reading, that it's still slated that Ambrose is going to be back before SummerSlam, is what I'm hearing still.
I think that at this point they should just wait.
Well, here's what I would think about. You would do... I would cause it... Actually, I'm going to change my Seth Rollins wins by DQ.
I could see that too.
And then you can get to Extreme Rules, and how you want to do gimmick matches, do whatever. I don't know, a guitar on a pole match or something. That's probably what they're going to do. Let's just be real. Guitar on a pole. That's probably what they're going to do. Because WCW did it and whatever. Anyways, where was I going with this? Okay, so all right. Do you remember the pay-per-view that Seth Rollins returned on?
Extreme Rules.
All right. Where do you think Dean Ambrose should return at?
SummerSlam.
No, I mean like the night he returns. I would have
SummerSlam.
him. Well, no, actually, I would have Ambrose come out after this match with Elias at Extreme Rules and then turn heel.
People want to and that's a great example, is that people want like superstars or wrestlers to return at certain times and then build up a bigger moment for like a big 4 pay-per-view, like a SummerSlam or something like that, right? But in my opinion, especially after seeing what the Hardys were able to pull off with the reaction that they got, and when they returned to WrestleMania, it's very easy for them to do. Like, I think that if we had Dean Ambrose return at SummerSlam, it would be more of a shock and more of a big holy shit moment than returning at like an Extreme Rules. So that's just me.
All right, well, how about this? Would you give Rollins even an opponent? Would you just have him have one of those open challenge things?
Yes, I would give him an opponent, either Elias or somebody else.
Because I don't think it's going to be Jason Jordan after this point. I think they're going to...
Personally, if you want me to throw it out there, I'd give him Finn Balor again.
Ooh. It depends on what they're going to do with him after
right, there's a lot of other factors.
I mean, because out there. The Money in the Bank men's ladder match is more unpredictable at this point now because of the New Day stuff. But yeah, I think Seth Rollins is going to win by disqualification because Elias is going to use the guitar, and then they're going to. I'm telling you right now, they're going to do a guitar on a pole match at Extreme Rules. It just makes sense, or something like that.
I mean, I hope to God not, but I could very easily see that.
All right, then we're going to go to let's go to Daniel Bryan and Big Cass, which no one cares about. Do we have to? Daniel Bryan. No, actually, I take that back. I think Big Cass is going to win this one. Just because of the fact that Daniel Bryan won last time, and I guess that was Big Cass's punishment, I guess. I think they're over the punishment thing now. By this point, probably. What do you think?
I would think so. No, I think you're right. I think that Cass needs to win here, and they'll do the wrap-up at Extreme Rules.
Yeah. Because Because I think that depending on who's winning the men's Money in the Bank match, I think Daniel Bryan will be in the main event at SummerSlam. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, Big Cass is gonna win. By how though? Is he gonna like win cleanly or what?
No, it's gonna be a dirty victory.
Like disqualification or just like a dirty, victory?
No, he'll do something sneaky and underhanded, like
poke him in the eye or something like that. We're not gonna do any more nut shots because I'm pretty sure that's gonna be.
If it was me, honestly, the way I would book this, because the problem that I have with Cass is that I don't take him seriously, because his promos make no sense. His promos, by the way, in my opinion, are not that bad. The problem with his promos is that they go on too fucking long
and they don't make sense.
Well, no, he ends up tripping over himself in terms of his promos. I've said this numerous times before, and I don't want to seem too repetitive, but like, if he came out and said, listen, yeah, you made me tap out for a brief moment at Backlash, but you know what? Every other single physical altercation I've left you laying, I'd believe him more. Don't say you can't face me. You can't face any man like me. You fucking tapped out.
That's like one of my main problems with those promos is like, you can't say that because it's not true.
So, granted, heels do that all the time, but they have like some like realm of believability, or there's like some, some leg up that the heel has when they say stupid shit like this. This just comes off idiotic. If you want me to take Big Cass seriously, this is the best way I would book him. Have him beat the shit out of Daniel Bryan by kicking him in the head and booting him in the head in the corner until he gets disqualified. And they have to stretcher Daniel Bryan out. Then you set up Extreme Rules. There's a stipulation. There's worried about like Daniel Bryan's history with concussions. Make it like a shoot work a little bit in terms of like, the blurring the lines a little bit. Do that. I would take Cass way more seriously.
What kind of stipulation would you do at Extreme Rules though?
Good question. Either... there's a couple you could do. I was going to say last man standing, but that's already been taken. Maybe realistically, I do a steel cage. I think that would be a nice little, just enough.
Well, since you brought up last man standing, we're not getting to that match now. But did you know that Gargano and Ciampa was supposed to be last man standing?
I can believe that, but
it was the original.
I think what should have happened in my opinion.
It was the original plan, but then knowing they chose that for the WWE title match, it was changed to the Chicago Street Fight. I'm like, okay, but hopefully, I swear, I hope we get 3 stages of hell between those two at some point. But
never say never.
Well, speaking of another match I don't really care about, is Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey.
I thought you were going to go with another rivalry, but okay.
I like Ronda Rousey. Don't get me wrong. Just this whole, am I heel in my baby face? Nia Jax is kind of annoying.
They don't know what to do with her.
Like
that's the problem.
Like you were just babyface, like for the point to WrestleMania with Alexa Bliss. Now you're a heel. I'm confused. And then she goes on to say, and you brought up this earlier with the whole Daniel Bryan not can't beat up somebody like Big Cass. I'm like, Nia Jax on the other end said she was not sure if anybody could put an armbar on her. I'm like, Asuka freaking made you tap to an armbar.
Yep.
I'm like, what? And then which I didn't notice until Joe brought this up in his review for Raw, that they rang the bell the other night.
Oh, I fucking hate it. I thought that was the funniest shit.
I'm like, what? I'm like, well, Ronda Rousey's not winning now. I tweeted out, Ronda Rousey wins her debut match on Raw. Her debut Raw match or something. That's basically what it was. Nia Jax is probably going to win by disqualification or something, because I don't see them giving her like Ronda Rousey like a clean loss, like a pinfall or submission. So because I still think it's too early to give her the championship. If I was going to do it, I would wait until like SummerSlam to give her the title, but then
Natalia's going to interfere in some way.
We'll get to Natalya. So there's that one. Since we brought up who you got? Nia Jax or Ronda Rousey?
I've got Nia to retain.
Well, so there you go. So far, we're doing pretty good there on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, Carmella and Asuka, another match I sort of don't care about, but I also love Asuka. So, let's talk about the elephant in the room that's been going around. James Ellsworth. What the hell is going on with that?
So, I had heard originally through the grapevine that he was going to be, he was contacted by WWE to do some sort of one-shot spot or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was the case, but everyone's like, nope, he's in China. He's going to be in China for defending the Intergender Championship, I believe. Yep. Yeah, and we thought all was good there, but guess what? It's been canceled.
Yeah, that came out, I think, yesterday, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, Jesus Christ! So they're not gonna do what I think they're gonna do with this, are they? I do not want him anywhere near Asuka. That title needs to. As much as I get it, Carmella's like doing her job as a heel, but I can't not stand Carmella as a champion. That title needs to come off her, and it's Asuka that needs to take that title. Plus, I want to see rivalries like that.
Not yet. I think it will, but I don't think it's going to be Money in the Bank.
Or what are you saying, like Extreme Rules or something?
Yeah.
I mean, because you wouldn't want Carmella going into your second biggest show of the year with one of the top prizes in the women's division. Right?
I think Asuka will win the championship from Carmella. I just don't think it's going to be here. I think it's going to be Extreme Rules, and they're going to set up a rematch. For WrestleMania.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get to Charlotte though. But yeah. So I pick Asuka, but knowing WWE and how stupid they are sometimes, not all the time. I will give them credit though, because when WrestleMania came around, everyone thought we had everything like flat out with Roman winning, Nakamura winning, Asuka winning. They swerved us on that one. Right?
They did.
Yep. I'm like, it's like, knew it. But, cause I'm like, I'm never predicting another pay-per-view again. That was my joke. But, so I got Asuka. Who you got?
Carmella. I got Carmella to retain.
You're going with that Ellsworth thing in the yeah. I hate WWE right now for that. At least he's not going to get involved in the women's Money in the Bank. Because
what makes you think he won't?
Oh God, please no. Let's see. I'm just getting out of these other matches. No one gives a shit about. The match that's probably going to get the most heat on anything in the entire night is probably, and there's no probably, Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal. Get ready, Vince McMahon, for CM Punk chants to reign supreme on this entire match. Ooh.
Wait, what?
CM Punk chants are going to reign on this Roman Reigns Jinder Mahal match.
Oh yeah, I think they're going to reign throughout a lot of these matches on pay-per-view.
Yeah, I maybe not through Nakamura. I think knowing Chicago, they will be interested in Nakamura and Styles just because of how diehard those fans are. And plus, it's Nakamura and Styles. Come on now, and the ladder matches. But come on, it's Roman's winning.
I don't think so.
Oh, really?
No, I think Jinder's winning.
Oh, what? Oh, well, I'd like to hear this.
So we know that Roman's going to get we know that Roman's going to be fighting for the Universal title at SummerSlam.
Sadly,
pretty much at this point, I think it's pretty apparent that that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, sadly. That's
so why would you have him squash Jinder twice? Why would you not at least try to make a save and have them do at least Jinder get one victory?
Well, because knowing it's Vince McMahon, he's not going to let that happen.
I don't know about that.
I mean, he doesn't have to win clean. Oh, Jinder doesn't, at least.
No, I think Jinder will win. No, I don't think Jinder's going to win clean at all. Hell no. I think he's going to pull some bullshit. But I think Jinder's going to win just to continue into Extreme Rules. Yeah. Roman gets the victory, and I bet you that's where we're going to have the number one contenders match.
Yeah, I can't even fathom the line in that. Jinder Mahal, Roman Reigns, #1 contender for the Universal title. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, I you know, just because of knowing Vince McMahon and that's what he does, it's Roman. I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns on that one. So for once we disagree on. No, actually, the second time we disagree on something on this card.
It'll happen again.
Yeah, well, not with this one. Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn.
Nope, you're right. Sami Zayn to win.
For real?
No.
I'm about to say, I'm like, oh my.
Please put us out of our misery. If WWE is going to listen to anything I'm saying right now, please put us out of our misery and end this Bobby Lashley Sami Zayn shit quickly.
Bobby Lashley's done. Bobby Lashley's done. I'm sorry. They tried. They tried.
I just don't understand why they didn't put him in the Money in the Bank. Why they prefer this, but whatever.
It beats me. I don't fucking. Do we really have to talk about this match anymore?
Mm-mm.
But here's where we get to the juicy stuff. This something I'm presuming is the main event, but probably not, because namesake of the pay-per-view. Shinsuke Nutcracker versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship, last man standing match.
No, it's Last Man Standing.
Yeah, Rast. This is where I said I would bring in the whole sanity thing. So, you bring in, so you start, you're getting like, I don't know, you're in, I guess, 20 minutes into this match already. AJ Styles does the Styles Clash, right? You getting up to 6, Sanity comes out, right? And you're thinking, what the hell is going on? What are they doing here? Well, they don't have no place in this match. They go after AJ Styles, prompting, and they see this, AJ Styles lose the WWE title from interference of Sanity, right? So you get the rematch at Extreme Rules, right? Sanity gets involved again, prompting AJ to get help from Anderson and Gallows. And at SummerSlam, you build towards Sanity versus the Club at SummerSlam. Think about that. See, no one's thought about that theory.
I wouldn't mind that, actually. That'd be really fun.
I mean, because you want Sanity to make a huge impact on their first night on the main roster, right?
Right.
What a better way to do that than to screw over the WWE champion?
That's true. I wouldn't mind that at all, actually.
And plus, it looks like they're gonna. And plus, they've been doing house show matches with Anderson and Gallows, so I'm like, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So, what better way? You do Anderson and Gallows, and I thought about this too, because I originally said like months ago when they did the Raw 25 thing, I said it would be amazing if like the club, like Balor Club, came out there and then Sanity to like just ruin their day. I'm like, I'm like, so, but I always had this vision of putting Becky Lynch in the club, right? And then you put Nikki Cross in there, and then you got that 8-person tag match right there. That's an 8-person tag match I'd actually want to see.
Boom.
I mean, plus who wouldn't want to see Nikki Cross and Becky Lynch go at it?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, so that's my idea. Nakamura wins via help of Sanity.
I think Nakamura is going to win, but I mean, I'm fine with the Sanity thing, but I definitely think Nakamura is going to win the championship. He needs to.
Yeah. Plus, at this point, if he doesn't, what's the point of the heel turn?
Exactly.
I mean, Nakamura. See, and that's another thing. No one saw the heel turn coming. By the way, that's what's great about it. No one saw it, and people were like, we don't know if it's going to work, and it's doing wonders right now. It's like probably the best thing that's happened to Nakamura on the main roster so far. And then him winning the title would be the icing on the cake. Hopefully he wins. And then I brought this up earlier with Daniel Bryan. Then you do Daniel Bryan versus I almost say AJ Styles. I wish Daniel Bryan versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship, which would lead into the prediction. Well, one of our predictions. A couple of our I guess people picks to win the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. But since we brought up men's Money in the Bank ladder match, not men's, women's Money in the Bank ladder match, Jesus Christ. So we got Ember Moon, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Lana, Naomi, and Sasha Banks. I can tell you right now, neither Sasha Banks, Lana, or Naomi is winning.
Yes, I agree with that.
I'm not even so sure that Alexa Bliss is winning.
No, I don't think so either.
And I don't think Charlotte Flair is winning because apparently because it was just, I guess, earlier today announced that she's actually going to go under surgery immediately after.
Yeah, but she's only going to be out for a little while. But I don't think she's going to win either.
Yeah. So the top, I guess. Well, I really don't want. See, everyone's saying that it may be Natalya, but
no, I don't think it's Natalya.
I got Becky Lynch on this one.
I have Ember Moon.
Well, see, that's crazy because that's my second pick right there. If it's not going to be Becky Lynch, it'd be Ember, because those are the only two that, I mean, I get the storyline with Ronda Rousey, but
Ember hasn't really done anything on Raw. So you take Sasha; she's still doing her love-hate relationship with Bayley. Mm-hmm. Who else won from Raw? Alexa Bliss is not done. I just don't see her winning it. And then who's the other one from Raw that won? Natalya. Yeah. After the Fatal 4-Way, I don't see her winning the Money in the Bank.
Yeah. See, yeah, that's true, because it seems like anyone who wins on the go-home show or grabs the briefcase on the go-home show doesn't end up winning. I mean, it's like a thing that happens all the time. So and plus, I think Becky Lynch kind of needs this victory a little bit. Because she's not been the same since she lost the women's title from Alexa Bliss, so I think this would be a perfect chance to I guess recharge her batteries. I guess if that makes sense. I mean, a lot of people think she should turn heel. I'm like, but I as much as that would be a cool thing, she's too likable as a babyface right now. Like fans love her. I wouldn't want to turn her heel just yet. And then you can do, if you want, the I guess what they've been teasing, Charlotte and Alexa, right? So you can do that, and if Asuka wins the women's title, you can do those two, Asuka and Becky Lynch. But then the Ember Moon one is pretty cool too, because I would love to see Ember Moon versus Sasha Banks for the women's title. Tell me you wouldn't want to see that.
No, I would.
I bet, yeah, especially after last week, after Raw, what they were doing in that match. That was some good. It's probably the two best matches of the week were, I guess, the women's Fatal 4-Way match and Pete Dunne and Kyle O'Reilly. I guess is that safe to say? Yep.
Yeah, it's safe to say.
So you got Becky. Who's your second pick, by the way? If Ember Moon doesn't win,
it would be Natalya.
Huh. I just don't want to see Natalya with she's annoying to me. I mean, she's
a heel.
Good.
That's the shtick.
I mean, she's pretty great wrestler though. Pretty good wrestler. But Becky Lynch for me, Ember Moon for you. Let's get to the main event. It's obviously going to be the main event because it's the name of the pay-per-view. Well, no, that's not true because not last year, the year before that, the Money Bank. Well, yeah, I guess
it was the main event.
No, I mean the year before that. I was thinking about the year before that when Ambrose won it. Yeah.
Right.
Which was one of the weirdest nights ever. But so we got the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. You got Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, The Miz, Rusev Day, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and a member of the New Day. This is probably the most hardest one to predict because you get the element of the New Day in there.
Well, I don't think New Day's winning.
Well, I know, but there's also an unpredictable element with that in there too.
Yeah, true, but still, I don't see him winning it. But it is tricky, but I think a guy from SmackDown is going to win. I'll just state that right there, right off the bat.
Why do I get the feeling I know who you're going to say?
Well, you saw my predictions. That's why.
You said The Miz, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I said Joe.
Ah. See, I
originally my predictions were Natalya and Miz. But this last week of Raw and SmackDown fucked up my predictions. So I switched it to Ember Moon and Samoa Joe.
I'm going to say the reason why it screwed up your predictions is because The Miz grabbed the briefcase. Is that what it was?
Correctamundo.
I said this, I tweeted this out a few, I guess immediately after The Miz did that. I'm like, Yeah, well, it's safe to say the Miz ain't winning now. I mean, because it's wrestling 101. If you notice, every time they do this.
Well, I don't want to harp on that because I don't want to harp on it because I don't want to be like, oh, that's the tell, because I don't think there is a tell. I think that shit changes all the time, so it could still change again. But just thinking, outside the box, that's my guess on that one. I think Joe would be a great choice.
I mean, yeah, Joe's my pick to win, but like the Miz thing makes perfect sense because of what I said earlier with the whole Nakamura and Daniel Bryan thing. Is you can do that, and then like Miz cashes in like either during or after Daniel Bryan wins the title, whichever way you want to do it. Do what Seth Rollins did with the money, I guess. Which member of the New Day would you think is going to be in it? I think it's going to be Big E, but
I agree.
I mean, well, yeah, Big E's and. Do you think this is going to be the split of the New Day, or do you think it's just going to be the same New Day?
No, I think they'll still be.
I mean,
together.
I wouldn't split them after them WWE like heavily promoting the Kenny Omega Young Buck stuff, which is still mind-boggling to me that they did that.
Right?
Like, did you ever think you? It's funny that when they did that, like originally they had Kenny Omega listed as an independent wrestler, right? And then the second he won the IWGP title, it's like New Japan Pro Wrestling superstar and IWGP World Champion Kenny Omega. I'm like, dun. Like, so all it takes is winning the gold.
Apparently.
I mean, if that doesn't tell you WWE plain really wants Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, I don't know what does. Like,
very true.
Do you? I don't know if they're going to be used properly, though. I'm kind of worried about that.
Well, it's funny. I'm actually, that's going to be one of the things I'm going to talk about in the Random Wrestling podcast this weekend.
Yeah. When is your podcast this weekend? Is it always later on tonight?
So, because of the fact that we have NXT TakeOver and Money in the Bank back to back, because it's a TakeOver weekend, the Random Wrestling podcast will most likely come out either Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon.
So it's going to be is it going to be like a pre-recorded?
Yes, it'll be pre-recorded. Okay. It's some of the only rare times where I do a pre-recorded one because I like doing it live. It's so much fun to do it live. And I'm also working on ways to do live calls.
Yeah. I mean, like Joe does it. Yeah.
I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that, but it is what it is.
Hey, no, it is. So Samojo's going to. I got Samojo. You got Samojo. If we had a second pick,
Miz.
So see, I said that, but I'm like, Kevin Owens. See that one.
I don't think it's Raw. I don't think it's Raw. That's the only reason.
Well, yeah, but I think Kevin Owens would be actually very entertaining with the briefcase. Just based on that fact. But Samojo and the Miz make more sense. I mean, because Samojo can be that one like heel that actually, I guess, not waits, but like says when he's going to cash in and does it.
Right, exactly.
Because the Miz is going to be like what he did with Randy Orton back in, what was it, 2011-ish, around that area? God, that was a long time ago. What the hell was I saying? Oh, like with Randy Orton, where he slithered in and took the briefcase, or took the briefcase. He had took the title from Randy Orton. That's going to be this is what the Miz would do with Daniel Bryan. Joe would be like, I'm going to probably cash in at SummerSlam, but no, who knows what they're going to do? They may turn whatever the WWE title match is into a triple threat, probably, depending on what they're going to do.
Never know.
Because that's the Money in the Bank. The Money in the Bank matches are like probably the most unpredictable ones out of like the entire.
Which is why I'm excited for it this year.
I mean, who was it last year that was like the favorite to win outside of Baron Corbin? Was it?
Oh. Yeah, it was. I think.
Wasn't Owens also a favorite to win?
I can't remember.
I'm trying to remember who else. I know Corbin was in it. I know Owens was Zayn, Nakamura, Styles, which that match actually I guess lit the fire. The Vince McMahon to actually give us the match we wanted, even though it's not. I hope to God this is the match that we were supposed to get at WrestleMania between those two.
Fingers crossed on that one. That's for damn sure.
I mean, knowing Chicago, they're going to try their damnedest to make it special. I originally was like, they should 1 hour Iron Man match would have been probably the better stipulation for me, but well, no, actually they could do that in at Extreme Rules. Now that I think about it, huh? I mean, you can't tell me you wouldn't want to see a 1 hour Iron Man match between those two.
Dun 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 dun.
I mean, what was it? AJ Styles like what, almost 40 something years old, after over 40, something like that. He can put on probably some of the best matches in for going an hour or something, I guess. But yeah, so that's what we got here. So let's go over to our picks. We got Bludgeon Brothers. We both got Samoa Joe for the men's back ladder match.
Yep.
You got Ember Moon and I got Becky Lynch for the women's match.
Yep.
Did we both got Nia Jax? Is that correct? Yes, I thought so.
Yes.
You got Carmella. I got Asuka. I got Roman Reigns because it's obvious, because I'm not, anyways. You got Jinder Mahal. We both got Bobby Lashley. I said Seth Rollins. You said Elias, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I said Seth Rollins by DQ is what I said. Daniel Bryan. The Big Cass. So that's a mouthful, right? You got, but obviously the show that's going to probably steal the weekend. It's no question. It doesn't take a brainchild to figure that one out. Is NXT Takeover.
Right.
I mean, now here's a good question. Match of the weekend. Is it going to be Ciampa Gargano, Ricochet Velveteen Dream, or Nakamura Styles?
I think it's to be Ricochet Velveteen Dream. I think it's a safe bet.
So you think it may actually outdo whatever Gargano and Ciampa does?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh man. See, this is NXT is so great.
Because you can get away with more in a street fight than you can in a normal match.
Yeah, good point. I mean, what are they going to do? That's what I want. That's what I want to know. What are they going to do? Where are they going to go?
We'll see.
They could go they could go to CM Punk's house and fucking have them beat the shit out of each other. Oh my god.
Never know. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, yeah, that's both. I almost fucking screwed that up. That's TakeOver Chicago and Money in the Bank predictions. That was some fun stuff to talk about. I can't wait to listen to your Random Wrestling podcast. I'm pretty sure you're going to talk about this whole Brock Lesnar situation that went on, apparently. 2K19 stuff is apparently coming out on Monday, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which I actually, Pro Wrestling Sheets kind of spoiled it. I don't know if you heard about this.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. And the cover star, who it is, it's the right choice. It's the only choice. Right?
I agree with it. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. The pre-order bonus, it's kind of obvious who that was supposed to be. The Legend one, that surprised me a little bit. If you know which one.
That did surprise. Yeah, that did surprise me a little bit.
I mean, it kind of did. I mean, and I've heard some of the movesets that have actually apparently been leaked, like the Insane Elbow. But I guess, so does this mean Kyrie Sane's making the disc?
Maybe.
I mean, oh my god, I can't wait to see that animation. By the way, in that game, I hope the game is not shit.
Right.
I mean, I still play the 2K18 game, but I hate when it crashes on me when I'm in the middle of making an arena. It's done that 4 different times now.
Yeah, that's not good.
I do want to start, doing universe mode. Hopefully, I get to do universe mode with you and
hey, if GM mode is in the game, shut up and take my money right now. I'll pre-order the day the press conference comes out.
It's funny. I said I was going to take it before I even said it. K-Debating Basement, so I'm taking NXT. Is what I said. Well, damn it. And I'm knowing you currently got SmackDown.
Yeah, but if the rosters are as deep as they say they are, shit.
Oh my god,
there's to be a lot of choices to choose from. We're gonna have some good times.
Oh, good. Yeah, Undisputed Era, fucking. Oh my god, dude.
North American title on the line. I mean, it's good stuff.
Ooh. Hopefully the UK guys are actually in the game this time.
Right? Yeah. No shit.
Yeah, I really did find it odd that the UK title was in the game, but none of the UK guys were.
I think this year will be probably different.
Yeah, I guess. And I guess you're gonna do. I guess you would be doing SmackDown then, right?
Hey, I'm always a fan of the Boy Blue brand.
Yeah. And then I guess I'm like, well, fine. I'll at least I'll try to make Raw entertaining.
Yeah, right.
I mean, like, Jesus Christ. I mean, what's going on in my universe mode right now? I got like NXT. I got Ciampa and Gargano. Not Ciampa and Gargano. I have Ciampa and Black feuding for the title, for the NXT title. There you go. I have I called up Nikki Cross the SmackDown with SAnitY already, so I can do that. I think what's going on there is, what's it? Kairi Sane and no, not Kairi Sane. Shirai and Shayna Baszler are going at it apparently. So, which is weird because some of these I wish you can make set up rivalries and set rivalries up for the next time of immediately after a takeover, that way you can have one fresh and ready to go.
Well, let's hope they do that. I'd love to see that in the game myself.
Yeah. But anyways, that was the predictions for TakeOver Chicago 2.
Booyah!
Mauro Ranallo will not sadly be calling the show.
Mamma mia!
Which is, I mean, I'm not gonna cry over it. I mean, but it's Mauro Ranallo. I mean, I did make the joke. Somebody said, what was it? Somebody said you replacing Mauro, and I was like, no, listen, Mauro can't replace Mauro.
Right. Yeah. Right.
What is it? Vic Joseph is? I like Vic Joseph. I'm not. He's an okay. He's not. If I was to do it, I would get Tom Phillips because he's more versed in that NXT era right there. But Vic Jones, I'm pretty sure you do a pretty good job. Vic Jones, I believe, is doing a few. He's not doing the UK tournament, is what I've heard, but it's gonna be him and Nigel, Mauro and Nigel, right?
Right.
Which I'm like, so I tweeted out. I'm like, well, okay, if that's the case, can we just have you and Nigel call NXT?
Right, exactly. Seriously.
But Percy is starting to grow on me. I'm not gonna bash on him too much. He's starting to grow on me a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's TakeOver Chicago. And what do you think? Predictions? I want to thank Connor from OkayFabe for joining me.
Always a pleasure.
And this was fun. I hope we get to do it. What? I might just start doing the NXT stuff because there's no point in doing the ones I probably doesn't want to talk about anymore. I do want to start doing NXT reviews because I keep saying I was going to, but I don't have the time to do it. But I hopefully am going to be doing NXT TakeOver Chicago review. Probably.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out when I want to maybe do both shows. No. That's difficult to do. So, but so that's gonna be good. What you got coming up, Connor? That you can talk about.
Well, I was about to say I'm waiting for something to finalize. I'll give you a hint. There is a show that I've been offered to do. And it's on a major. It's on a pretty major platform, in my opinion. And I'm just waiting for the contract.
Is it during a certain weekend?
No.
Oh, damn.
No. It's not. It's what do you think? Wait, that was Starcast?
Yeah, I felt damn, Connor got Starcast.
No, I actually reached out to Starcast, and it just price-wise, it's not in the cards right now. But I am looking to do WrestleCon in WrestleMania this year. I definitely want to have a table. But where was I going with this? No, it is not Starcast. I mean, hey, if things fall into place the next month or two and I'm able to go, fucking A, I'd love to do it. It's not a matter of I wouldn't love to go do Starcast, but no, I'm doing a show on another major platform, and I mean this is to me this is the biggest platform I've ever been on.
I'm curious to find out what it is. What else you got coming up besides stuff you can actually?
Well, of course we got the Random Wrestling Podcast. Of course we have NXT TakeOver Chicago live show and Money in the Bank live show. Patreon, always got some stuff going on over there.
I am a Patreon over there.
Yep, and I appreciate that. You get WCW Nitro reviews, fantasy booking videos, retro pay-per-view reviews. That's pretty much the main stuff. I'm restructuring the channel a little bit and kind of scaling back a little bit on some of the stuff that's not as popular. So there might be some changes, but nothing else. I'm just really kind of focusing on this next major project's going to be. I'm telling you, it's going to be huge.
Like, I do actually have a good fantasy booking idea for you. If you wanted to try take a shot at it at some point.
Maybe we should collaborate on that.
I'm thinking about if Vince finally decided to do War Games on the main roster, 5-on-5, Raw, SmackDown. Who would you put that? See if you can figure that out. That'd be good. That'd be good. I think
we'll save it for a fantasy booking for the future.
That's a good idea. But yeah, so I got nothing else coming up except probably NXT stuff. The one night of the week that doesn't insult your intelligence, right?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. But yeah, this has been covered from OkayFabe. I'm Matt the Misfit. I would like to say peace out. We're gonna talk about wrestling.
Booyah.